Hey, my cosmic peeps, this is June and I welcome you to our full moon reading, aka core moon reading, aka harvest moon reading of September 2025, which lies in the female energies of our zodiac sign Pisces. This is a general reading, so please be aware that the messages sometimes can resonate fully, sometimes partially, and sometimes not even a bit. And all of these possibilities are absolutely okay. But if they do resonate, I'm so happy to hear from you in the comment section. So let's set a intention first, right? So I intend to open the divine portals of good, and I intend to close the portals of all negative forces so that I am able to do this reading for the highest good of all, with light and love, for letting in the highest divine vibrations. And I lovingly call the guardian spirits from the highest light as well as the darkness who are holding the right medicine and energetic attributes to come through for this very moment. And I ask to build a symbiotic balance in between the realms as well as a protective shield against any physical, mental, and mischievous bother, so that we receive messages coming through in a most clear possible picture. I thank you, I appreciate you, and I love you. And now I'm happy to start the reading for my cosmic peeps. Let's start with Pisces. As I said before, Pisces is a female sign of winter and its element is water. The ruler planet is Jupiter and the ruler god of Jupiter is Zeus, the father of the gods for lightning, thunder, and air. But Pisces has also a next ruler planet, which is Neptune, and the ruler god of Neptune is Poseidon, the god of the sea, flowing waters, springs, and weather. I have to mention that we have also Sagittarius in here because Jupiter is also the ruler planet of Sagittarius. This means that we have also fire in this reading, and as we know, since we have the corn moon or the harvest moon, we of course need fire as well because we need movement, right? So let's start with the solar flares card, which we have here. This was the first card which was appeared, and as you can see, I shuffled before and I prepared just a bowl here, but we go through together, right? I did not prepare anything beforehand. We go through together. So let's start with the solar flares card, which is deeply connected to the sun and the divine energy of the sun. It comes with energetic impulses and shifting and transmutations and purification. It's kind of a detox energy to release blockages and bring karmic imprints, new karmic imprints, and to release old karmic imprints. It's calling us for self-reflection, to do inner work, to grow within ourselves, to grow within thyself, to bring our energy in line, like here, as we can see here and here, right? And yeah, it's like it's calling us to reflect, because when you see here, there's so much geometric figures here and they're reflecting as well. So it's kind of a mirror. When we come to a specific point, when something is turning around, when we come to a specific point, it's kind of a mirror, right? Because when we look in one mirror and there's another mirror behind us, we can see from another perspective. This is what the solar flares does here, right? And when we come to mirror, I have to mention or the obsidian here, because this makes perfect sense as we have the obsidian stone here. Most of you knows the obsidian as a protective gemstone or crystal, and it is of course a protective crystal, but it comes from it is volcanic glass, and it is known as a mirror stone. This is why it makes perfect sense to the solar flares card, and it mirrors the soul and can help to to light up the shadows within, to face the truth within, which is maybe hidden, and maybe you fear to how can I say it? Maybe you fear it, to look closer to it, to look closer to your fears and to your shadows. But this obsidian is strongly connected to your root chakra, so it is calling us to ground ourselves, to ground ourselves, and to connect to earth. And it fosters feeling of security, stability, and safety, and it brings also attributes of truth. So you can help but need to speak the truth, right? And to seek truth as well. So you can't do just some blah 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 just to calm others down. It sounds a bit strange what I'm saying here, but it is the real life, right? We know that if someone is staying in the front of you, is just making some let's say some strange noises, right? And it makes no sense. But this is truth. This is clarity. And this is a stone of transformation as well. So it can help you to shield yourself from negative energy and from this kind of blah blah what I'm saying, what I'm talking about, right? And and it can help you to grow within and without, and to stay protective to thyself, because such a communication which is not a communication at all for you can be destructive for your soul. So you need, of course, to face your darkness. This is why I always say embrace your darkness, work with your darkness, because when you have worked with your darkness, when you are familiar with your darkness, nobody can tell you anything. You can stay calm, and you have a great aura, and nobody would dare to say something strange to you. And even if they do, they just that is, it's nonsense, right? You know that. And you know that immediately. So this obsidian is really not only a protector, it can also help you to ground yourself, because when you think about a tree with the roots, this is why it makes perfect sense with the obsidian. When you the roots are holding you strongly, even if the weather is wild and strong and and dangerous maybe, but the roots are holding you tight to earth, and this obsidian can help you by that. Doesn't matter where you are, if you're doing meditation or if you are um, uh, on your way, it doesn't matter. It can help you to stay calm and to ground, even if someone is coming and try to bother you, right? So, and talking about bother, you can of course drink some cup of chamomile tea if you want to chill, if you want to also calm your energy system down. As we know, chamomile is a beloved ally in spiritual practices Doesn't matter if it is in our all-day life, in the medicine, in the school medicine we know today, or it is also a shamanic or a witchy, I would say witchy um, herb to use. And it has a variety of attributes which can help you to find inner peace, to it can invite you to calm down, it can promote emotional stability and profound peace, right? You need profound peace when you have to face the darkness, when you have faced your darkness, when you have to bring your inner world in line, right? You need calmness. So this can the chamomile can help you to build energetic barriers against, in combination with the obsidian, right? It can help you to build energetic fields or barriers to hold the negative or dense energies, to keep them away from you, right? So that you can feel joy, and that you can have good fortune, and can rest, okay? And this is when I say you can drink a cup of chamomile tea. Of course you can. When you do not like it, you don't like it, right? You can bath in it, maybe, for example, or you can put the flowers under your pillow or near your pillow, so you can a little bit smell the flowery and the sweet smell. And it can help you to chill a little bit and find a peace. Of course, there's a variety of assistance here coming from chamomile, but this would be a separate reading. But we can do a separate reading in case of herbs in general. But now we continue with the Isa rune here, which we have here. And the Isa rune is the oldest form of the Germanic runic alphabet, and it calls ice. Isa is literal meaning is ice, right? And it is a period of forced rest. So this Isa rune is calling us to rest after hard work. And when we look at this full moon, which is a corn full moon or harvest full moon, this makes perfect sense. And funnily enough, this is straight like a corn, right? And of course, we need the soil where the corn is growing needs, of course, rest after harvesting, right? Otherwise the soil would be damaged, and the farmer can't harvest in the next year. That would be sad. And especially sad for those who are who loves corn. And there comes a little guy into my mind. Maybe he's not so that little now, I don't know. But I think 2 or 3 years ago I saw a little guy, a funny little guy on the internet, and he was so passionate about corn, about eating corn, especially with butter. And it was so adorable, and it was so joyful to listen and to see how satisfied he was by eating those corns, right? And of course, the landscape and the cornfield need rest, so that this little guy can eat corn in a passionate way the next year as well, right? How can he eat? He can't eat corn in the next year if the farmer wouldn't be able to protect his land, right? So of course the soil needs rest. So it is a, but it is not also a call for resting for the landscape. It is also a call for resting within ourselves, because you have to, in spirit is saying, you have to see your own um, working space, which we have to face with the obsidian. Imagine that as a cornfield, and of course you have to rest also within yourself and to grow in stillness, right? Because it is kind of a winter sleep when Isa is appearing, or at least Isa appears. It is also a call of a winter sleep. It is a active stillness, to look inward, to cultivate self-discipline, to connect with your inner strength, right? And it is also a call for transformation, because talking about transformation and stillness, um, when the ice covered when the ice covered the landscape in winter, and we came to spring, it is a transformation from solid ice to fluid winter. And of course the soil, of course, needs this water to build new good bacteria, to build new minerals, so that it is able to give those those attributes to the corn, to the fruits, which this little guy loves to eat, right? So you can see this Isa thing, this ice thing, like a ice cocoon. And this reminds me of Avatar, and I don't mean the cinematic Avatar. I mean this little guy, also a little guy, the airbender. And when you know about this little guy, which is a little huge guy, I would say, he was also protected in ice, um, by mistake. Yes, he tried to protect himself and Appa, and so by protecting himself, he was just a airbender, but accidentally he tried to bend water as well. And as he tried to accidentally uh, bend anything, he was stuck in this, with upper, he was stuck in this ice cocoon, right? And of course he when he came out of this cocoon, he didn't know where he was, and he didn't know which time it was. He lost everyone and everything. He just had himself and Apar, and had to start from the beginning, had to start from scratch, right? And he found new family, he found a new landscape, he found new fundamental family in which he could grow again by learning from others how to bend the other elements, right? So even if it was by accident, it was necessary to grow, otherwise he couldn't be grown. Maybe everything has a meaning, everything has uh, its time, its divine time. So for him it was a divine time to stick, to stay, to be in this cocoon, to stay healthy when he comes out of this cocoon again, to move forward, to uh, yeah, to learn the other things. And this is wisdom as well. So with Isa comes the wisdom of um, coming from a cold winter to maybe spring, and begin from the scratch. Maybe all year long, right? Because the farmers know every year starts from the scratch. Every year they starting from the scratch, right? So, and this is necessary. So because of that, the soil needs, every year the soil needs new healthy minerals. And by looking at the inner stillness, we have the orca whale here, and a orca whale seems to be still because it is underwater, but it isn't still. They can communicate um, so far. They can communicate big distances, right? So this fits perfectly to the harvest moon, to the farmer's moon, if you will, or to the core moon, because when an orca whale appears, it is always about family, about strong bonds, about loyalty, about intelligent communication. And it is here the whale comes always with female energy. Why? Because it is the elder female are guiding the family members, they throughout her life, right? So they also help them to afterwards to come home when they maybe hunt, and they spread and they come together, and with the voices, and by voices I mean also your inner voice, um, they call them back, they guide them. So it is a divine female energy and a wisdom which passed on through generations to gain collective knowledge. It's a guidance to come home, and it is a also a emotional inspiration, right? And when we look at the obsidian and the whale here, we have kind of yin and yang. And of course, they build also a balance. They need to build balance, right? Otherwise, they couldn't come home. They couldn't find their way home back again, right? And this is also, sorry, my peeps. I had to drink something, but let's move on. It is a call for us all. So it is a call to come home, and when I say home, it can of course be the shelter, the building, the physical building, yes, but it is also a call to come home within yourself. So similarly, can also mean that when you go somewhere else to work, maybe it's like the harvest helpers, right, for the farmers, they also need to move sometimes through countries to make sure that their families have healthy food as well, that they can pay the bills, that they can um, find also their purpose. And this is also a knowledge which they passed on to their families, to have a strong bond between themselves and the earth, to do what is necessary to do to live a healthy life, to be of service maybe for the highest good, and to be a example for humanity. And especially in these days, we definitely need good examples for humanity, because we all know what's going on in this world. Everyone has a backpack to carry. Uh, Unfortunately, we have peoples around us or creations around us who are trying to dump their package onto you, onto us, onto everyone who is nearby, who they can catch. And this is, my peeps, not okay. When you are reflecting yourself and you see that you are maybe doing those stuff, please reflect yourself. Please work within yourself, because this is what the card is calling. This is what Spirit is saying. There are some there consciously and unconsciously who try to dump their package onto others and make and bother by that the others, and are destructive by that, because the others who are holding then the package which are not their package, they have a really hard time uh, afterwards, since this moment. And this is not okay, because you need to know, you can research about karma. You don't want to handle with karma, believe me. And you can also research about karma. This is not a funny thing, really. And this is why Spirit is saying here to me loudly now. Maybe you catch yourself now. There are some of you, I sense female, sense more females as males, but I sense Spirit is clearly saying that I need to need to say it clearly, that there are some of you, unfortunately, who do that on purpose, and there are some of you who did that unconsciously. So the Spirit is loudly calling to reflect. And this is why we have the obsidian here. It is in the darkness. These are your dark sides. These are our dark sides. And every one of us has a dark side. This is why I'm always saying embrace your darkness, work with your darkness. I continue to say that, because when you can also only see light within the darkness, and you can only see darkness within the light. There is no other way. And when you look at the picture of the image of yin and yang, there's always a point of the other side, or in the other side. So they need that balance. When they turn around, they need that balance to build a symbiotic balance, right? Otherwise, they weren't balanced anymore. And this is what happens when people dump their package onto others. They build imbalance between humanity. And this is why nowadays people are getting mad so fast, and starting to fight so fast. And this is why we have so many wars. And it's kind of impossible nowadays to speak openly without being attacked. Even if you have good intentions, you're going to be attacked, just because they misunderstood you. And this is what we have to purify, so that our souls can connect to one another. This here, like here, those are all connected to one another, right? So we need that connection. We are light beings. We are light beings of light and darkness. We can travel through the darkness as light beings, and can face our darkness, and can work with that with the help of the obsidian, right? And when you need to calm down, when you need to relax a little bit, then you can drink a cup of tea or can bath beforehand, right? It's all about your consciousness, all about your awareness. You are the one who choose to act like you act, right? Nobody can tell you to do that. Use your mind and connect your mind with your heart. And don't be stupid, my peeps. You are so a huge and you are so strong. You are a mighty light being, and don't let your light blow out just because of others who can't handle their package. Don't accept that, right? You don't need to accept that. And when it's happened and you can't do anything about it, then cleanse yourself. Cleanse yourself with fire, with like here with Palo Santo, or have a bath, okay? And set an intention that you want to release all those energies which do not belong to you, or which do not serve you anymore, right? And then cleanse yourself, hold on, or make a meditation afterwards, and then relax again, maybe with a cup of tea, right? Relax. And this is what humanity needs: people who are aware of their mind, of their heart, and of their actions. It is, and I don't mean by that to control everyone. No, you can't control humanity. You can't control anyone. We see that, right? I don't have to tell you that you can't control anyone, right? There are forces, yes, they want to try to control us. That's right. But remind yourself that you are a light being. Why should you let yourself be controlled from suspicious creatures on this realm which we call Earth, right? Why should you really use your mind and connect to your heart? Why should you let you control yourself? There's no need for it. And this is what we have when we look at the eagle, because the eagle is calling us to see the big picture, right? It is the king of the sky, and you are your own king or queen, right? Because you have an eagle eye view. You can have an eagle eye view. When you connect your mind with your heart, you can see, you can sense all the intentions of others. When you just stay receptive and surrender with and stay connected to the divine sources, or your higher self, if you will, and they will, it is kind of an exchange, right? Because the eagle is a messenger between the realms and the earth. So it is a exchange with you, what you make. It is also a exchange like the harvest, right? When you harvest and you make an exchange with the other people, you harvest something and you sell it, right? And the others buy it. So we have an exchange, and the eagle is there to help you by that you see the entire landscape, to see the big picture, to rebirth. If there's a need for a rebirth, the eagle will help you by that, so that you can transform your vibrations, your frequencies, so that you are then able to see and to recognize the entire landscape. So the eagle is always connected to power, to strength, to courage, to truth. And it can help you to gain profound insights. Okay? It can help you to process all those what we have here, and all that things which we talked about, right? So at least finally we have, I didn't do that often. I didn't do that very often, but this time I felt the need for a tarot card, and we have the Ace of Cups here. And the Ace of Cups is always talking about new cycles and emotional fulfillment. It is talking about love, joy, compassion, but for everyone, not just for you, not just for us selves. It is for everyone. It is calling us to have an open heart, to be ready to give and to receive. See, we have again an exchange here. We have again to give and to receive energies, because and to get divine blessings. It can be a significant new fresh for some of us, especially for those who are maybe facing themselves. They face themselves within the darkness and recognize some points they need to, I don't want to say to correct, but just to act with love, right? To move on, but with love and with compassion. And the exchange here is to give love and to receive love, because it is all about love. Even when we talk about embracing your darkness, that doesn't mean, and I will figure that out, I point that out. Talking about darkness doesn't mean badness, or that it is bad. No, on the very contrary. Uh, Imagine again the symbol of yin and yang. We have the darkness and we have the light. They can't do without one another. They need them. Okay? So, of course, a light can also be scary, like the darkness. I know that. The world, even in the light, can be so scary that so many people have feelings of anxiety and depression. And this is because of this dense energy we feel nowadays. And this is why we are here. This is why we try to, as healers, or doesn't matter what you are doing, this is why we are here and calling out loud and try to help to show within yourself, to awake your soul again. Because when you come to this earth, you immediately forget who you are, who you were, right? We have sometimes in life some impressions, some imprints, which comes into our minds, and it feels like as it is so real, right? We feel that as if we did that, and we did that in another life, in a past life. And when you have such experiences or such feelings, you should do a past life regression. I recommend that. So it is a very, very intense and urgent need to wake up, to remember who you were and who you are now. Because when you are here, when you are reincarnated on this earth, or what we call earth, then you have a purpose, because you choose to be here, right? You choose it. You have chosen it, or you are a chosen one. Everything is possible, but you have work to do here. Otherwise, you were somewhere else, right? It's that simple. So, as I said, the light can also be scary, but you don't have to be scared about the darkness. It's not a bad thing at all. It is just your awareness. It is just the working. It is just the inner work, right? The self-discipline, the love you have for yourself, because when you have love for yourself, you can also spread love outwards. And this is what the Spirit is calling us here, to grow in the darkness, to grow in stillness, especially because we have the obsidian here and we have the tear here, the chamomile here, not the tear, excuse me, the chamomile here, and we have the whale and the eagle, and they are still. But I don't mean still that they don't live. They are all living creatures. They have vibrations. And for example, when you pet when there's a pet and you pet them, right? You have a dog and you pet them, you have a cat, you pet them, or you are going anywhere and you see natural creatures, or you have plants and you touch them. This is not only a touching. You don't just touch them. You exchange light codes, you exchange knowledge, you exchange vibrations and frequencies. And when you are an empath, or you are maybe a psychometric reader, for example, even if you are not, you know what I mean. Maybe you have experienced it. Try to, when you want to do that on purpose, try it. Just try it, but try it in stillness. Don't hurt any creature, okay? Don't hurt them, because this is also a karmic thing. This exchange is necessary because you get the information, you get the codes, and this is also a imprint which you need in this moment, especially when you do it on purpose, when you want to receive such information, especially from nature. You can also give imprints to nature when you hold love and light within yourself, because otherwise you hurt them. They are living creatures. They have also souls. They hold so much divine, strong, mighty energies within. We are not allowed to hurt them. We are allowed to love them, to appreciate them, but not to hurt them. So in the sense, my cosmic peeps, let's grow in the darkness. Let's move forward in the light, and let's spread light within the darkness, and vice versa. So, my cosmic peeps, now at the end of this reading, I want to thank the guardian spirits. We set an intention again, a closing intention with Palo Santo again. So now at the end of this reading, I thank all the guardian spirits for supporting us through the destinations of this little journey. I thank you, I love you, and I appreciate you. And now I intend to let open the divine portals of good You are free to decide whether you like to stay or to go whenever you feel, as long as you hold positive intentions at heart and mind. I command all the closed portals of all negative forces to stay closed. You are not allowed to come through. The doors are closed. The doors are closed. The doors are closed now. And as I'm closing the portals by blowing out the candles. Wait a minute. To all entities, spirits, and guardian spirits of the light as well as the darkness, I thank you, I appreciate you, and I love you. And now I'm happy to end this reading for my cosmic peeps. Well, my cosmic peeps, I hope the messages are gonna assist you on your individual divine path. Bye bye, my cosmic peeps. Love you lots. See you next month.